History bears witness that areas constituting Pakistan have been the center stage of many events of global impact for millennia. Even contemporary history has proved that Pakistan has a strategic location to play its role and that links it with India, Iran, Afghanistan, and China, with influence in the Middle East and Central Asia. Pakistan is at the crossroads of global history. Since independence in 1947, Pakistan has emerged as a major player in international political and economic affairs. Being one of the prominent members of Organization of Islamic Countries and the only atomic power, it has a greater say in world affairs. Its armed forces are the 7th largest in the world. As a highly trained and well-disciplined institution, has been providing inspiration and training facilities to other countries' armed forces to battle both conventional and unconventional threats. The Pakistan Army is the largest branch of the armed forces and is mainly responsible for the defense of the country. The Army has an active force of over 500,000 personnel and similar number as a reserve force. Led by officers who are given commission after passing out from the prestigious Pakistan Military Academy, Kabul. For their professionalism and commitment, the armed forces are highly respected in the civil society. Arms and services are the two main branches of the Army. Arms include Army Infantry Regiments, Regiment of Artillery, Armored Corps Regiments, Regiment of Air Defense, Corps of Engineers, Army Medical Corps, Corps of Signals, Army Aviation Corps. Services include Army Ordnance Corps, Corps of Electrical and Mechanical Engineering. 10 corps and Special Service Group, or SSG, are stationed at different garrisons all over Pakistan. Nishan-e-Haider is the highest military medal of Pakistan. It is awarded to those who perform acts of greatest heroism or most conspicuous courage in circumstances of extreme danger to the country. Keeping in view its professionalism and state-of-the-art training facilities, a number of countries from Asia as well as Africa, Middle East, and Eastern Europe send their officers to attend various academies of Pakistan Armed Forces. In terms of geography, terrain and climate, Pakistan is such a diverse country that makes it an ideal place for training. Like many other countries, Pakistan is braving many conventional and unconventional security challenges, ranging from nuclear, biochemical, and conventional threats to fight against terrorism and natural disasters. The Army manages 36 schools of instructions and 18 training centers, concentrating on specific skills such as infantry, artillery, and mountain warfare. School of Infantry and Tactics, School of Armor and Mechanized Warfare, School of Artillery, and School of Army Air Defense. Specialized warfare schools include Army Desert Warfare School, Army High Altitude School, Special Operations School, Army School of Physical Training, and Parachute Training School. Other important training institutions include Army Aviation School, Corps of Military Police School, Army School of Music. Professional military training academies include the Pakistan Military Academy, Kakul, Military College of Engineering, College of Electrical and Mechanical Engineering, Military College of Signals, and Army Medical College. National University of Science and Technology, NUST, has absorbed the existing colleges of Engineering, Signals, Electrical Engineering, and Medicine. School of Infantry and Tactics trains officers and junior leaders. It transforms them into thorough professional and dynamic leaders. School of Armor and Mechanized Warfare trains future leaders and mechanized warfare operators to command tanks in the battlefield. School of Artillery, located along the bank of River Kabul and Nowshera. School of Artillery is the pride of all gunners that battle behind the infantry and armor. School of Army Air Defense, located in Malir Kent, Karachi, conducts 16 courses for various ranks to provide air defense cover. The basic training of the officers is conducted at Pakistan Military Academy, or PMA, Kakul. Here, officers from friendly countries are also trained for excellence in their professional skills. It is one of the most prestigious institutions for training of officers. Twice a year, it trains about 320 officers who join the Army. These cadets are selected after a highly competitive selection process. At the apex of the Army training system is the Command and Staff College, Quetta. The college offers a 10-month course in tactics, staff duties, administration, and command functions through the division level. Students from foreign countries also attend the school. The senior training institution for all service branches is the National Defense University, Islamabad. It provides training in higher military strategy and national defense for senior officers. Women have served in the Pakistani Army ever since its foundation, mostly in medical and educational work. For the last few years, Army has started recruiting women for combat positions. Recently, 8 of 41 cadets from PMA Kakul became the first women guards of honor. Pakistan is the only country in the Islamic world to have women major generals in the Army. In comparison to other countries, Pakistan has the most operational army in the United Nations peacekeeping missions. It is a testimony to its professionalism and expertise that the UN banks on it as its most trusted source for peacekeepers as well as peacemakers across the world. In 2008, more than 11,000 troops were deployed in various conflict zones. Pakistan Ordnance Factory, VA, was set up in 1951 to produce small arms, ammunition, and explosive to meet the requirements of the army. The Heavy Industries Taxila, HIT, was established in 1971 as an equipment rebuilding facility. At HIT, highly advanced main battle tank Al-Khalid is produced. Pakistan also has taken major steps to become self-sufficient in aircraft overhaul and modernization of tanks and helicopters. Pakistan is not a signatory to the Non-Proliferation Treaty. However, it strongly believes in nuclear non-proliferation. The Strategic Nuclear Command and Control forms part of Pakistan's National Command Authority, which is responsible for the management of the country's tactical and strategic nuclear weapons. It is one of the few armies in the world that is highly trained to play the unconventional roles as well. In the face of some natural disaster, the armed forces facilitate the civilian authorities. The devastating earthquake of October 2005 that shook northern Pakistan, officers and soldiers of all wings of the Pakistan Armed Forces took lead in relief and rescue operations. Army engineers, doctors, and logistics personnel played a major role in providing immediate relief, establishing communications links, and streamlining supply chain to the affected people. More recently, the Army has been facing yet another unconventional challenge. It has to carry out a counter-insurgency operation in FATA and parts of NWFP to eradicate the terrorist threat. Due to the subversive activities of the militants, millions of people were displaced. With the help of the civil society and the cooperation of the world community, the Army has been handling this humanitarian crisis with efficiency and success. The Frontier Works organization undertakes mega construction projects, as in the past it built the high-altitude Karakoram Highway to China, and the Special Communication Organization that maintains communications networks in remote mountainous parts of the country. Besides, the Pakistan Army takes care of its ex-servicemen and their families through the philanthropic organization like Fauji Foundation. The foundation operates on a completely self-sustaining basis, channeling approximately 80% of the profits from commercial ventures into social protection programs like healthcare, education, technical, and vocational training. Pakistan Navy. Like the Army and the Air Force, Pakistan Navy too was deprived of its rightful share in the colonial assets in 1947. It started with 4 frigates, 4 fleet minesweepers, 8 motor minesweepers, and harbor defense launches. With Pakistan's limited resources, the Navy opted for modest acquisition program. However, in the 1980s, its growth was unprecedented, doubling its surface fleet from 9 principal service combatants in 1980 to 16 in 1989. It acquired sophisticated long-range anti-ship missiles and enhanced its maritime reconnaissance. The Pakistan Navy is supported mainly by a facility at the Karachi shipyard. In a transfer of technology agreement with France, a submarine repair and rebuild facility at Port Qasim was set up, which led to the construction of the Augusta 90B submarines. Its Augusta-class submarines were upgraded in 1985 to fire Harpoon missiles. To strengthen it further, Augusta 90B class submarine project was launched in early 1990s.